morning.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm excited that
Yeah,
we finally made this happen.
yeah, me too.
So, where do you live, Jared?
I'm just north of Austin, in Austin, Texas.
Oh, that's like the hop-in place now.
It is. It
Feels like
is.
everyone I meet is living in Austin. Do you know Garen Jones?
No,
Okay, well,
I
you
mean,
got to
there's a lot
follow.
of people in
Yeah, yeah,
Austin.
yeah. Well,
Just
you
kidding.
have to follow him. He lives in Austin. He's one of my deepest friends. He's a big like spiritual warrior kind of man. I think you would resonate with his work a ton. I feel like you would
Okay.
love it. Yeah, I'll send you
What?
his info. I'll
Yeah,
send you his info.
perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Because he does really cool events in Austin.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do is we're going to drop into our bodies. We're going to call in our spiritual team, and then we're just going to see wherever we go today. We're not necessarily channeling a book unless a book decides to show up. We're just kind of opening up to see wherever we go.
Yeah,
Sound good?
I love it.
Okay, cool. So I want you to just take a nice deep breath in. I want you to visualize this beautiful white light above the crown of your head, and you're going to take it all the way down to your lower belly. Breathing in again. We're just going to let all this beautiful light clean the cells, clean the nervous system, waking up all of your gifts of seeing, your gifts of hearing, your gifts of knowing and feeling. We're going to wake them all the way up in and through the divine light to come and play with us, to really let all of your gifts have a place at the table. So breathing in. There we go. Let's call in all of our angels, our guides, our leaders, those who are here to support us, those who are specifically here for you and your work and your purpose and your mission and all that is in your highest good. We're going to invite all of them to come and sit with us and into the divine light to hold this space so we can hear exactly what needs to be heard for you. Let's take another breath in. There we go. So, right here, what are you feeling?
Excitement,
Yeah,
warmth.
yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
goosebumps.
excitement.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do this differently because usually I call in people's books, which it feels like you've got one, but it's like background. It's not forefront. So, we're just going to acknowledge the book that you do have and we'll invite it to come forward at the time that it's ready. But what it's almost like you've got some the energy is like pop rock candy, if that makes sense, right? Like it's kind of like poppy and like really excited. But it's interesting that I'm being shown pop rock candy because if you were to hold pop rock candy in your hands, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
every kid loves those.
Yeah, yeah. So if you were to hold it in your hands, it's not doing anything. But when you put it in your mouth and you add the liquid of the mouth, there's something that makes the rocks pop, right? So
Yeah.
there's an interesting symbolism here that it's almost like you have the energetic makings of creation, but they're just a little bit dormant. They need to be put into a new environment for them to start activating.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So good morning, Amma. Amma, she's one of my favorite people. Anyways, good morning, Amma. I want you to feel into your heart. So, okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing this like, okay, whatever. Your guys are very fast. They work very fast. Like, slow it down a little bit. Okay, so, all right. So there's something about cactus in the heart. What does that mean to you?
I don't know yet, actually. I have a couple different interpretations. Maybe there's some defense mechanisms.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know. I'll have to think on that one.
So we don't ever think here. So we're not gonna think.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
here's what I see is that the place of the heart, because the heart, when the heart is open and pain happens, it becomes like we have to put shields on the heart. It's just natural, right?
Yeah.
Like calluses on the hands. Like this is what the body does. This is like to protect us.
Yeah.
But the problem with this is that the heart is also the only place that we can receive. And that means yes, love, but it's like this. I was shown this vision a few years ago where I was shown a highway and there's like 8 lanes on this highway. All these different cars are coming through. But then a blockade came across on the highway and no cars could come through. Nothing could come through. And that's the thing is like when our hearts have anything blocking them, it blocks all things. Yeah, it's going to block love, but it's going to block abundance. It's going to block creations, right? It just like the barricade. So top priority today is we're just going to go into your heart and we're just going to clear it out. But we'll put something over it to shield it, to keep it safe, but open.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm also hearing is like all the creations, like the pop rock candy, like the environment it needs to be in is in your heart. So right now, they're actually all outside of your body, like little kids, like all these creations are like all outside your body, but like it all needs to be brought in to the heart for them to actually materialize. Okay.
Okay.
What are you hearing? What are you feeling?
Um, 100%, right? There's all these ideas, there's all these things that I feel like I'm sort of being driven to do. It's not very clear. There's sort of like in our brief exchange, it's been like these little stepping stones that have been placed in front of me. But you're right, there's like this uh, maybe the protection of like I have responsibilities, I've got, my own ego, I got pride, I got, whatever it is that might be preventing me from doing those things, that taking that step on that stone. Um, but I feel like there's a lot of the rocks that are out there. It's just a matter of, I think for me right now is like, which one do I grab? Like,
Mm-hmm.
which one do I pull in? Which one do I put in my mouth? Right?
Yeah.
Because there's tons of different flavors. So which one do I start with?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that. I keep hearing, I want to ask you why you named your Instagram. What did you name it? The Marakai Warrior. Can you explain
The
that to me?
Meraki warrior.
Meraki.
So Meraki, I during some meditation of the divine, trying to get some guidance of really what's my purpose. I've been asking that question periodically, and it was interesting because about 3 days ago, that word came to my mind, and I was like I've heard of Cisco Meraki, right? There's like a technology company that has that name, and then I looked it up, and it's, well, what the definition of it is, and it's like pouring your heart and soul and intent into something. And
Mm,
I was like, okay. So immediately from that, I was like, I want to, like, I've started down this path of where I think I'm going to go, and I was, you know, uh, trying to see if there was an Instagram account that would work for like Coach Meraki coaching, Meraki blah 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 blah, and nothing was working. Nothing on Instagram was accepting it. It was like, oh, it's already used or whatever, right? And then yesterday, the thought came again, and it was Meraki Warrior, and I was like,
mm,
okay. I like when I was meditating, it was specifically like, show me in the direction, like give me the stepping stone of what you want me to do, but show it to me in a way that I know it's from you. And so that thought, Meraki Warrior, came, and I was like, okay. And then when I was done, I got done with the meditation. I pulled up Instagram, the Meraki Warrior, and I was like, all right, that's the first step. And like you said yesterday, it's like, just give me the one step. I don't need to see the end goal just yet. And
yeah.
it's not good for me because I overthink things all the time. So I was like, all right, there's the step.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
there's first step. We'll see where it goes, what the next step is. So
I love it. I love it. I'm
Yeah,
so glad that I asked you that because isn't it interesting that the meaning of it is pouring your heart,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So it is a lot of heart work here. And I want to talk to the warrior inside of you. Okay? Because whatever pieces say like the ego and like it's just all bullshit because like
yeah,
warriors like that's just not even a thing. Like you
yeah,
go and fight. Like you fight for what you're here to do.
yeah,
Right? And so that means that like whatever those old things are, those are just all particles of the old version of you because like the warrior, it's a non-negotiable holy hell yes
yeah.
to do what you're here to do, which means like let's
That's
go.
yeah, that's the feeling that I'm at right now for sure.
Yeah.
Is and that's probably why the term warrior came. Is it's like holy hell, yes, unequivocally, this is what there's something that I'm supposed to do, and there's no more ifs, ands, or buts. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Give it to me. Let's go. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of my guides is Joan of Arc. So I work with her a lot, okay? And I
Okay.
love Joan of Arc because she's just whoa, right? Like she
Yeah.
just like get the hell up, Keira, let's go. And it's just this always this reminder of like, what are you even doing? Like, move, move. There's things to do. And
Yeah.
that energy, when we get there, all the fears and all the doubts and all the ego literally melts off our bodies because it's like they mean nothing in comparison to the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to already your heart is softening. So like just having this conversation is softens it. So all we're going to do is we're just going to go in. I'm not actually sure. I never know what we're going to do, but we'll just go in and see whatever work we can do. Um, and then whatever, we just take it one step at a time. So I want you to drop into your heart with me. Okay. Now, how I work is I love to use the power of the sun. The sun is like just my favorite thing, and it's so warm and so nourishing. So I want you to visualize this really beautiful sun right outside your heart. And it's going to just start softening and softening. And all of the thorns, I don't know, are they called thorns? Spines? What is it on a cactus? I'm from Arizona. Come on, Keira. What are they called? You know what they're called?
I mean, we've
Pokey
got
thing.
our prickly pears,
Yeah.
so prickly things. I don't know.
The
That's
pokey
the
things.
pokey things.
Yes. Okay, so I want you to imagine all these like needles coming off the spine and
Yeah.
when the sun is pouring on the heart, they're all just going to start softening and then they're going to go like vertical. Like they're not standing out anymore, they're just shoo. And then instead of these pokies, I want you to imagine flowers growing from the cactus. And all these beautiful flowers, like they're all opening. And I want you to see they can be whatever color you see them to be, but they're all opening. And as they're opening, it's opening your heart. It's opening your heart. And any old places inside of your heart that right now they're like turning on a fire alarm, like, oh, this is dangerous. This is not a good idea. We're just going to wrap them in so much love and remind them that you are completely safe. As you live in the divine grace of guidance, you are safe. That doesn't mean you won't have pain, but you're safe. So there's like a new term that we get to teach yourselves that like pain, you can still have pain and be safe. So I want you to take a nice breath into that heart. Expanding the heart, expanding the heart. And we're just going to keep letting these flowers, they're just like continuing to blossom through the heart space. There's almost like, what are you seeing? What are you feeling?
I just see now one of our Texas cactus that's just covered in white flowers. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't even see the cactus anymore.
Yeah, yeah, that's so beautiful. So there's like this interesting thing. I don't know how, let me see if I can put it into words. I hate that I sometimes I can see and I can't speak. So it's almost like there's like some sci-fi movie where there's like a planet that has two moons. Yes? Do you know about it? What is this? Do you know this sci-fi movie?
Uh,
It's okay. You
I
don't have
mean, I think Star Wars had two moons on one of
sure.
the things. I don't know. Sure.
Okay. I don't know sci-fi movies, but this is what I is like there's something about like the two moons. It's the same thing in the heart. It's almost like there are like two hearts. And there's like your front heart that's actually always open. It feels like you're just like always open and kind and generous and like front heart is soft. But there's like a back heart where you're like, but this heart, this one I protect. What we want to do is we want to be able to kind of create a safe space for them to come together so you can be in your full heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Actually.
So I want you to place your hands actually on your heart. I like to touch the body. This helps us feel more in our body, embodied. And I want you to go in and ask, and you do not have to tell me this answer, okay? But I want you to go in and ask your heart, what's going to help you feel safe? Just ask that in your mind. What's going to help you feel safe so that I can bring you forward to the front? And then tell me when you receive an answer. And if you're having a hard time hearing, let me know and I can do some work. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book.
Yeah. It's quiet.
Okay, perfect. So this is something I do every time I channel is I
Hmm.
just bless the body. So we're just going to do that, okay? So we're
Okay.
going to ask that light will touch both of our ears so we can spiritually hear what needs to be heard. The light will touch our third eye, so we'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. The light will cleanse our lips so we may speak only what needs to be spoken, and the words that we speak will produce actual powerful miracles. So we're going to really lean into that space of hearing. I'm going to share with you what I see, and then maybe you'll hear something. If you don't hear it now, I trust that it's going to show up for you at some point today. Okay.
Hmm.
So the vision that I saw was this beautiful golden thread, and the golden thread was tying the front heart. It was coming from the back heart up to the front heart and then wrapping it back around to the back heart. And this golden thread is just kind of like we're going to weave it around, bringing them closer and closer together. And then in this space right here, right now, I want you to take a nice deep breath in and just imagine bringing them both together as one. And I want you to feel that you are safe, that you are whole, that you are seen, that you are heard exactly for who you are. So just breathing in and breathing out. And in and out. There we go. How does that feel in your body right now?
Really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. Your heart is like really, really golden. It's like this really magnificent, brilliant beam of light. So noticing that that connecting them together actually is like your deep full power. So how I like to protect my heart, because let's see. So for me, I can't walk around with my heart just fully blasted open. Instead, I need to know that it's still going to be safe. So what I like to do is I like to put a veil over my heart. So imagine that you have this beautiful veil over your heart. It's like this beautiful, it can be whatever light shade that you want. Maybe it's a light blue, maybe it's a light gold, whatever it feels right to you. And it's going to go over the heart space. And what this does is this becomes a protector. And anything and everything that is going to be of your highest good can come in and move through. It's like malleable. It gets to come through. But anything that is not of your highest good actually can't. So we get to create this really beautiful space of receiving and protection all at the same time. How does that feel?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that feels nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're going to pick up your beautiful creations, all these beautiful pop rocks. You got blues and pinks and reds and yellows. You have all the different colors. I want you to open your palms. This is like I'm a real physical person. It helps when we do things physically. You can open your palms and ask to receive the first creation that's wanting to come through right now. And we're just going to ask the divine to place it in your palms so that you can either see it, hear it, feel it, know it. What are you experiencing? First thing that comes to you.
Uh, just the image of a big, a big, like I picture the pop rock, but they're really small, but this one's big in my hands. Like I can barely hold it.
Okay. Okay. So what we're
And
going to
yeah,
do. Yeah, yeah, no, no. Tell me what else.
um, just almost like reaffirming the stepping stones that are being placed, right? Like I know, I know what it is. It's just time to go do it. Like there are a bunch of other ones that are out there, but there's definitely one that I know for sure that they just need to go do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to, okay. First, okay. Well, things coming real fast for you. Okay. Hold on. Slow it. Okay. So first and foremost, we're just going to acknowledge that beautiful creation that's right here. We're going to pour light through it to clean off anything that's not light. So anything that isn't of its highest vibrational frequency is just clearing completely off of this creation. That's like your ego, your worries, your fears, your stress, the
Yeah,
responsibilities, like blah 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 blah, whatever. That's so human. That's not you, right? Like that's just
yeah,
like not even here anymore. So just clearing it all the way off, and then we're just going to pour light through this beautiful creation that it will be activated with the power of that golden love that's in your heart. So then we're just going to pour. I want you to imagine pouring love directly from your heart into this creation. Like this, your heart is the well that feeds your creations. So if you can always pour this golden magic that you have into your creations, they'll activate so much faster, just like the pop rocks. Okay.
yeah.
So I want you to just breathe in and then just imagine pouring this golden love out from your heart over the creations, activating them, this beautiful creation. We're gonna activate it, and I really want you to be present with the power of divine chaos. Okay, so like creations are actually just divine chaos. And so it's okay that we don't see the form, that we don't have the plan. There is no blueprints because it's chaos first. And so I want you to just be able to sit in that magic, trusting that the chaos means it's moving and that it's going to land exactly as it needs to land. Okay?
Mm.
So now we're just going to call on your angels and we're going to ask them to open up the pathways for you so that you can take the steps on the pathway that's going to be your most proficient and what I like to say, collapsing time. All the pathways are going to take you there. Like this is your divine soul purpose. But what's the pathway that's going to collapse time? Let's get there in a shorter amount of time with more powerful work. Okay.
Mm.
So we're going to ask that your angels will highlight that path for you. And anytime you start going on the path that's going to take longer, we're going to invite them. Well, I guess I should ask your permission. Can I
No,
invite them?
absolutely. Yeah.
We're going
All
to
the help
invite
I
them
can get. Yeah.
to be the bumper that
Yeah.
clicks you back onto the path that's going to collapse time.
Yeah. I love
Okay,
it.
that feels good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the other. Oh no, we're not done yet. Hold on. Okay,
Okay.
so okay. Um. Okay, so the thing for you to see is for you to have consistent reminders of who you are, like who you're here to be. Okay, tell me why you're laughing a little bit.
No, I'm tearing up actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So the most powerful beings on earth, this is my belief though. This is just my belief. I believe those who are here to change the whole world also have this amnesia that comes over, and it's a forgetfulness, and it comes so quick, and you forget and you forget and you forget. And that's why it's like highly important to ask your angels to help you remember. I need reminders all the day long, guys. Like where, and for me, I am like really oh, okay, this is the message for you as well, which is like you got to stay in your body, Jared. You got to stay in your body because that is where the power comes through. So you're extremely gifted, and it's so much easier to stay in that spiritual realm. Like I mean, I would choose to be there all day long. But I have 5 kids to raise and I have shit to do, right? Like, let's go, Keira, right?
Yeah.
So it's the marriage between being in the spiritual realms and like you got to get in your body. You got to get in your body. So for you, it's like, well, what does that look like? Does that mean increments of breath work 5 times during that day? Does that mean like I have a practice where I lift my heels up and I drop them to the ground really fast? Ha, ha, 3 times. Like get into my body, right? Like whatever you can do that's going to get you into your body. This is how you're going to like amplify your power. Your power is super big, but it only can be amplified in the body. Okay. So for me, it's like I put stones in my bra. Anything I can put on my body, like that will help me stay in my body, but also be reminders. So I will bless the stone for the reminder that I need that day. Like today, I need to remember that I am this, and I'm going to bless my stone with it. I'm going to put it somewhere on my body. Like I wear this necklace every day of my life. It's Joan of Arc. Every day of my life, I want to remember, like, no, I am a warrior who's here to help people remember their light, right? So we gotta like sometimes have there's like a word for it. I don't know the word. It starts with a T. It doesn't actually matter, but there's something about you having physical reminders of who you are. So in moments of amnesia, it clicks you right out. That's the path of collapsing time. What takes a long time is when we live in the amnesia life
Hmm.
for too long. Okay?
Yeah.
What are you hearing?
Just agree. Like I just agree. And so many, and it's what's so interesting is messages from people with similar gifts have been saying the exact same thing. Like there's a lot of power, there's gifts, there's a lot of things that I'm capable of, but I've got to like hone it and I've got to, like you said, be in my body to be able to use it. Because I've learned meditation recently and I feel like a lot of the guidance is coming through that, but it's like bring it, like put it to work, like make it real. as opposed to just, oh, that's actually really cool. I love that. I can do that. I know I can do that. And then it's like, all right, again, like the stepping stones are just there and it's time to take a step. Like
Yeah,
bring it into the reality and not just the, I don't know, the astro plane or whatever, right?
yeah, yeah. Okay. Like this is the message. This is actually like one of my, this is when I get a little spicy. Okay. I get a little spicy because
You bring it. We're in
I
Texas. I'm in Texas. Bring the spice, bring the heat.
get frustrated with the spiritual world because everyone's like, oh, like the feminine energy. Like, yes, I am all about feminine energy. Like, I love it. But like, if we don't bring in the masculine energy as well, then like, what the hell are we doing?
Mm,
We're just like pretending all day. Like, no, like if we're going to go change the world, we have to take the magic of our spiritual realms and then put it into action immediately. So there's like this so there's this window of time between when you receive and when you take action. And the shorter the window, the faster you get there. The longer the window, the more doubt and fear is going to come in. Okay. So I call this the soft cast stage. Do you have children?
mm,
Did you ever have kids with broken arms?
mm.
Oh, lucky you. I had
Yeah.
I had five kids and I had three boys under the age of five. I don't know, they were all little and we had three broken arms in 6 months. It was insane, right? Like I got so good. I can make the best magazine freaking cast anybody could ever make. But there was this moment where the arm was broken and they would put an ace bandage on it for like 2 days while the swelling goes down. Like the freaking bone is broken and my 4-year-old's doing flips on my couch with an ace bandage. And I'm like, what is this? So I call this the soft cast because it's the most dangerous time. As soon as they put that hard cast on, I'm like, do backflips all day long. I don't care. Like, you're fine. You've got the hard cast on. The
Mm,
window between divine intervention, divine receiving, and action is soft cast. It's super brittle. And this is when darkness, resistance, fear, doubt, ego, all of it's going to come in and it's going to want to stop you. So the
yeah.
goal is shorten and collapse the time between receiving and action, and you'll never have to dance in that doubt. You'll never ever have to be in that brittle spot.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that's really exciting for me right now is just this conversation along with the inspiration that came just days ago, right? Like I literally put a new picture for this Instagram account today, right? And I did my first post today or whatever, right? So I 100% agree. Like when the intervention comes, the inspiration comes, then step on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I continuously, after our exchange from yesterday, I'm like so excited. Like we talked about Christmas, right? It's Christmas Day every day, but and normally it's like, oh, Christmas, it's like a month away, and I'm like impatient, like a kid, like give me, give me, give me. I gotta wait. But like having just the one step instead of worrying about Christmas, like let Christmas Day be every day because it's just one thing. I don't have to worry about the big end goal. Like all of the things that you have been able to accomplish when you were talking, like as a mom, you're like when you're just a mom and you're just doing massage, you're like, there's no way I can do that. Like, because I know that there's something big coming where I can help and give back and contribute. And that's all I want to do is I want to help and give back to the souls that are around me. And I know there's something big, but like if the divine showed me right now, I'd be like, right, right.
Ah,
So like just having one step, like, and I'm recognizing now that these small little thoughts that come before, during, and after meditation are those intervention steps. And it's exactly what you're saying. No more soft cast, hard cast, just go.
yeah,
And now it's like there's fire, right? There's fire now. So
100%. This is it.
yeah,
This is the
yeah,
fire. So here's my best piece is write it down.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The second you hear it in meditation, like write it down. It has to come to earth. If it doesn't come to earth, you're going to forget it.
I love
Okay.
that.
Now, if you're taught in your dreams, wake up, write it down. Your brain's gonna be like, oh, I remember it. No, it's not. It's not remember
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like in those moments, you have to bring them to earth. So that's the piece of like, right here, right here, right here, bring it here, bring it here. And I love that my DMs got so full that I forgot to message you back for 6 days and that it wasn't the right time. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Like it
totally.
had to be now, right
Yeah.
after you received that message. So just look at like divine timing is always here for you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's always here for you. There's one last message that I can't seem to find it. It's like I can feel it. Where is it? Okay, let's get into our bodies because there's something
Hmm.
here. Okay. Oh dear. Okay.
Oh dear.
Did I say that out
You did.
loud? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you're pushing me to be a little bit bolder than normal. And I'm pretty bold. So, okay. So here's what I'm being shown is I don't know how to do this. So I mean, this happens all the
Don't
time.
hold back. Don't
I
hold
never
back.
know how to do anything. I just am the receiver. So there's something about us implementing the warrior structure inside of you. Like there's no doubt in my being that that's why it had to be warrior because there's like actual warrior energy inside of you. When you can have this completely, what is it? It's like restructured within your cellular makeup. This is going to help you like move forward with much quicker strides. Okay, so I don't know how we do this exactly, so we're just going to feel into this. I know we've
Hmm.
hit our time. Where are you at with time?
And I'm here for you. So
Okay, here we go. All right. All right, all right. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's do a little drum. So I'm happy. I was supposed to go to my office today, and I ended up meditating a little too long this morning. Too long? Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
no,
So
no,
I'm
I don't
actually
think
in my
so.
sacred space. So I have my warrior drum. So I want you to look at it. This is my
That
fire
is
drum.
freaking awesome.
They know.
I love it.
So do I. It's one of my favorite drums. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna breathe in the power of the warrior, and I'm gonna invite the divine to show you that it's like a blueprint of the warrior that you are. Okay. So with your eyes closed, I want you to, we're just going to ask the divine to show you that blueprint. And as I'm drumming, all the pieces that are left over, remnants from the past version of you, are going to actually dissolve. And this blueprint that you're seeing is actually going to be activated inside of you. Cool?
I love it.
Let's do it. All right. So breathe in. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Breathe in. And out. There we go. All right, so we're gonna breathe. And I want you to just there's just a little bit leftover that's coming off your body, so we're just gonna let it slough off. Imagining it just leaving your body almost like what is that called? Like when fire is burning and all the ashes. Yes, that's the word. All the ashes. We're going to let the ashes of the old pieces of you slough off. There we go. Woo. Okay, last one. So what I want to do is I want to go in with this beautiful golden lava. I like to work with lava a lot. And I want you to feel the lava moving through your body. And it's clearing out the old land, the old places, the old pieces that are no longer serving you, and it's waking up the DNA coding of the warrior that you've always been but has never been instated in your body. I'm not even know if that's a word, but we're going to say that's a word. So we're going to bring it right into your body, this beautiful blueprint of the warrior that you are, all the things that you are here to do, activating them to the highest vibrational frequency, expanding all of your light into all the crevices within, around, above, below, beneath, and be in front of you, behind you, within you. Ah. And so it is. I want you to take your energy all the way down to your feet. Your feet are really important for you. If you can get out onto bare ground once a day and breathe in this power that comes in from the center of the earth, reminding you of the warrior that you are. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How did that feel? What are you present to?
I feel full and goosebumps, but hot and like whenever I'm in this space, I always get this like infinity rock
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
where it's just this movement where I just know that I'm on the right path. There's like this just click, and I feel the golden part for sure. Like I see the golden.
Let's get going.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So a lot of work was done today. A lot of work. I want to honor you for being a yes, for doing this work
Yeah.
and doing it live. So bravo. Okay. Now, what I'm feeling is, do you have any salt in your house that's like Himalayan pink salt or Celtic salt, like not just like regular salt?
Maybe.
Okay, you need to get
Maybe
some.
for okay.
I'll send you a link. Whatever, they have it at Albertsons, or it's not
Yeah.
special, right? It's
Sure.
everywhere. If you can just take a little bit of that and put it on your tongue and drink some water, we got to get you like really grounded because this was like really, really powerful work.
Yeah.
And then if you can go outside right after this session and just let the sun kind of pour on you for a minute and just
Okay.
take a beat, okay?
Yeah.
And then drink a lot of water, all right? And then the most important thing is just collapse time between when you receive and when you take action.
Okay.
Cool.
Not a problem anymore.
Nope, you got this.
Yeah, totally. Right.
Well, this was so fun. This was so fun. So
So much fun.
close this up. Let's close it up with
Yeah.
some sound. I'm happy that I'm in my sacred space. This is nice. Okay, so breathe in. Just grounding your body. We're going to pour light through you from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Really nourishing your nervous system because that was really hot on the nervous system. So just the nervous system, bringing it back into this space of wholeness. We're going to wrap all of your creations in so much light, thanking them for coming and participating and just pouring light through your path. Beautiful. So fun, Jared.
Absolutely. So much fun.
I told you it would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Thank you so much. I know this is like not the specific norm, but for being willing to participate in this with me, this is just so fulfilling and exciting. And just thank you. Like, thank you so much. I so appreciate it.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.